Have you ever gotten to the end of a day, a week, even a month, and just felt drained? You know you were busy, back-to-back meetings, a full inbox, always running, but what did you actually get done? If you feel like you're spinning your wheels, you are definitely not alone. Dear book lovers, what if you could finish an entire book in just minutes? Welcome to another insight-packed book summary episode of Summaropedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time. In this episode, we're diving into the important and highly practical lessons from the book Slow Productivity, The Lost Art of Accomplishment Without Burnout, by the one and only Cal Newport. Now, if that feeling of being trapped in a cycle of busyness sounds familiar, then stick around, because this book offers a way out. It's a path to a calmer, more sustainable way to get meaningful stuff done. Let's get into it.
All right, so first things first, we've got to understand the problem we're all facing. Our modern work world has kind of fallen into a trap. A crisis of just constant, relentless busyness that doesn't always lead to anything real. Newport argues we've started confusing being busy with being productive, and honestly, it's burning us all out. Newport actually gives us a name. He calls it pseudo-productivity. And what is that exactly? Well, it's the belief that looking busy is the same as being productive. You know the feeling, right? Answering emails at lightning speed, jumping on every single call. It's all about visible activity. In today's world, where it's hard to measure what knowledge workers actually produce, we just fall back on what we can see, effort. So the more you're seen doing, well, anything, the more productive people think you are.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. It has a real human cost. This quote from author Celeste Headlee just hits the nail on the head. It leaves us feeling constantly dissatisfied. This isn't about just having a bad week at the office. No, it's a whole system, a cycle of burnout that's fueled by this intense pressure to just look busy all the time. So, if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, Newport offers up something that sounds a little radical at first, but is actually just common sense. It's not about being lazy, not at all. It's about being way more intentional. He calls it slow productivity. And when you put these two ideas side by side, it's a pretty stark choice. On one side, you've got the total frenzy and overload of pseudo-productivity. On the other, you have slow productivity. This is all about being sustainable, focusing on higher quality, and, maybe most importantly, working at a natural human pace. It is a huge shift in how we even think about what work is. So how do we get there? The whole philosophy really rests on three simple but super powerful principles. Number one, do fewer things. Number two, work at a natural pace. And number three, obsess over quality. That's it. These are the pillars that can get us out of that busyness trap. Okay, let's really dig into that first one because I get it, it sounds totally backwards. Do fewer things. You're probably thinking, isn't that just a recipe for getting fired? But Newport argues it is the absolute secret to actually accomplishing more of what really, truly matters. And to prove his point, he brings up this fantastic story about one of history's most productive writers, Jane Austen. Now, there's this popular myth that she wrote her incredible novels in secret, just scribbling away on tiny bits of paper in a crowded living room, ready to hide her work the second someone walked in. It's a really romantic image, right? This genius stealing moments to create. The only problem is, it's not true. The actual reality of how Jane Austen produced her classic novels was the complete opposite of that frantic multitasking myth. So what really happened? Well, it turns out her most creative and productive years didn't happen when she was squeezing work into the cracks of a busy life. They happened when her life got dramatically simpler. Her obligations were reduced, her dad closed his school, so our workload went way down. She moved to a quiet cottage and was basically freed from most of the chores and social duties. And what did that give her? Long, uninterrupted stretches of time. Real, meaningful space to just think and create. And this is the crucial takeaway, the big lesson from that first principle. High-quality work doesn't come from piling more onto your plate. It comes from strategically clearing your plate to make room for what's actually important. The lesson from Jane Austen is that saying no and reducing your commitments isn't about doing less, it's about creating the space you need to do your best work. So who's the mind behind this powerful idea? Well, understanding who Cal Newport is really helps explain why his perspective on all this is so darn influential. See, Newport isn't just some productivity guru making stuff up. The guy's a computer science professor at Georgetown University. He's also the New York Times best-selling author of massive books like Deep Work.
He writes for places like The New Yorker and hosts his own podcast. He lives and breathes at the intersection of technology, our work culture, and productivity, which gives him this really unique and super informed view on how we can all work better in this crazy digital age.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. What's the playbook here? What are the key lessons you can pull from this book and start applying to your own life, like today?
Let's recap. First, you've got to spot the enemy. That pseudo-productivity we talked about, the trap of valuing busyness over actual results, that's what leads to the burnout cycle. The solution? To consciously choose slow productivity, focus on sustainability, find a natural pace, and get obsessed with quality. And as we saw with Jane Austen, probably the most powerful first step you can take is to simply do fewer things. You have to remember, real breakthroughs need space, not a packed schedule. By clearing things off your plate, you don't just do less, you do better.
Thanks for watching. If this idea of slow productivity sparked something for you, let us know in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more impactful book summaries from Summerpedia. We'll see you next time.